Today I'm celebrating Francis Ford Coppola, the American film director who is most famously recognised for his work with The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, which are undoubtedly astounding films. But the film that really marked me as a young man was a film called Koyaanisqatsi, which is a film whose soundtrack by Philip Glass I feel is somewhat dated. If I was recommending someone to watch the film, I think I would suggest putting on some other music that is more to your choice. But in a way, it kind of doesn't matter what music that you listen to it with, because it's a film that is kind of narrated by the landscapes and the different environments that it visits. It's got no single actor or any dialogue in the entire film. It's just various vistas and settings and scenes that have been put together to form a narrative, but without really being told what it is that you're supposed to be seeing. I found this to be, I suppose, perhaps in some ways it might harken back to the days of silent films when but they were, as I understand, it's still very much based on particular characters and following human stories. Where this is a human story, but without any character to follow. It's really a collage of incredible cinematography that still definitely has a message to communicate. And it's funny because I've only seen Koyaanisqatsi at home, and so I've never been able to have that full cinematic immersive experience with it. But the one time I did see a film of that ilk was Baraka. I went to a screening of Baraka, which came a little bit after Koyaanisqatsi and was clearly inspired by it. And I remember the film finished and the titles rolled up and nobody moved. And the titles finished, the credits finished, and still everybody was sat in their seats. Nobody got up to leave. And eventually there was an announcement and the ushers had to come in to start moving people out of the cinema, because the audience was so profoundly affected by what they'd seen, what they'd witnessed, that they had to kind of be pushed to leave. And that's something I've never seen that anywhere in a cinema. And I think that's what Koyaanisqatsi really brought about, was the ability for a whole load of people to watch the same film but all be seeing a separate film, because obviously it's through their own filters. And I suppose that's true for any film that we might watch. But without any dialogue, without any actors to guide our story, there's that much more diversity. When you look at a giant image which expands off into so many different directions, one is left to focus on whatever one chooses to. So I've never seen so many diverse films in a singular film. And so that's the thing that really made me want to make a point of celebrating the work of a man who's obviously clearly done so many films and so many classics that I could wax lyrical about those too. But it's Koyaanisqatsi that really touched me. So today I'm celebrating Francis Ford Coppola.